While buying a necklace, this woman secretly swapped it for the real one, but the moment she pulled it off, cops appeared from behind. Turns out it was a setup between the cops and the store owner. The woman was put in the squad car, and the owner happily waved them goodbye. But before they'd gone far, the cop pulled out the real necklace she'd stolen. The three in the car burst out laughing. They were actually a con artist crew. However, their boss was the local police chief. To solve a fraud case from 8 years ago, the chief had sprung these three from prison, and they didn't let him down. That day, they tracked down a scammer who might be connected to their target. But before they could find him, the scammer called the cops himself. He'd been conned out of $100 million by an old man. When the chief checked the security footage, it showed a young man instead. Turns out he was a master of disguise. The fake cop then recognized him. The man on camera was involved in the fraud case 8 years ago. They tracked down his address, but when they arrived, he'd already fled. But then the control room sent his location. The chief gave chase, and finally caught him at an intersection. After questioning, the man revealed the truth about the 8-year-old case. His father had helped the crime boss escape, only to be murdered by him. He'd been posing as a scammer, just to draw out the boss's right-hand man, Jack. The chief believed him, so they planned another con. One day, as Jack left his place, the woman bumped right into him, secretly lifting his wallet. She tossed it to her partner, and sat reading in the lobby. Jack soon came after her, but she played dumb. Frustrated, Jack dumped out her purse, but still found nothing. Just as he was about to search her, a waiter returned his wallet. Jack quickly apologized, unaware they'd planted a bug inside. Through Jack's calls with the crime boss, they pinpointed the boss's location. But when they set up the ambush, the boss who showed up was the young man he'd known all along. The chief was the real mastermind behind the fraud. The chief was investigating just to eliminate witnesses, which is why he'd let himself get caught. But the chief wasn't fazed. He put a gun to the man's head. The next second, another gun was at his. Those three criminals the chief had freed, they were actually the young man's crew. The chief laughed because the man had no proof. But then cops and reporters burst in. Everything in the warehouse had been live-streamed nationwide through hidden cameras. They arrested the chief, who now faced justice.